Gospel music, born from the spiritual cries of enslaved Black Americans, has long been hailed as humanity's purest bridge to the divine. But few know that many of its brightest stars sacrificed their own truths to keep that bridge standing. They sang of heaven while navigating earthly hell. They saved millions of souls, yet couldn't free their own from the shadows of shame. Youth anthem to Outkast Marsha Stevens Pino's 1969 song, For Those Tears I Died, became a cornerstone of contemporary Christian music. Yet, when she came out as a lesbian in 1979, churches burned her records and revoked her performances. Rebuilding a ministry undeterred, Stevens Pino founded Balm in Gilead Ministries, crafting worship spaces for LGBTQ+ believers. Her 1995 album In the Name of the Father directly addressed her exile. You say I'm an abomination, but God calls me his own. Impact today, her music is reclaimed by affirming congregations, symbolizing the resilience of queer faith. I didn't leave God, she says. God stayed with me. Gospel's electric prodigy with 6 Stellar Awards by 25, Tonex, Anthony Williams, fused gospel with funk and electronica. His 2004 album Out the Box sold 500,000 copies, but his androgynous style sparked rumors. The 2009 revelation on The Lexi Show, Tonex admitted same-sex attractions, triggering his exile. Gospel left me, he said, rebranding as Be Slayed. His 2013 dance track, Gay, became a queer anthem, merging club beats with defiance. I'm fabulous, baby, and Jesus loves me. Legacy. Though banned from gospel airwaves, Tonex's influence persists in artists like Kirk Franklin, who credits him for pushing creative boundaries. Pioneering sound, long before Elvis Presley or Chuck Berry, Sister Rosetta Tharpe electrified gospel with her Gibson SG, blending sacred lyrics with rock and roll riffs. Her 1945 hit, Strange Things Happening Every Day, topped the R&B charts, making her the first gospel artist to cross over secularly. Love and Partnership, Tharpe's collaboration with Marie Knight transcended music. The duo's chemistry on stage mirrored a private romance, though societal norms forced them to mask their relationship as mere friendship. Their 1951 wedding concert at Griffith Stadium, a publicity stunt for Tharpe's third marriage to a man, highlighted the performative hoops queer artists jumped through to survive. Cultural impact. Tharpe's flamboyant stage presence and unapologetic artistry laid the groundwork for rock legends like Little Richard and Johnny Cash. Yet, her queer identity remained shrouded until biographers like Gail Wald unearthed her truth. In 2018, Tharpe was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a belated nod to the queer Black woman who helped birth a genre. Prodigy to superstar. A child prodigy, Billy Preston played piano for Mahalia Jackson at 10 and toured with Ray Charles by 16. His gospel roots earned him the nickname the Fifth Beatle, after his iconic keyboard solos on Get Back and Let It Be. Closet and conflict, Preston's sexuality clashed with his Pentecostal upbringing. In his memoir, That's the Way God Planned It, he wrote, I prayed for God to take these feelings away. Struggling with addiction and legal troubles, he oscillated between fame and self-loathing. Late recognition. Before his 2006 death, Preston began acknowledging his truth, telling friends, I'm tired of pretending. His posthumous recognition as a gay icon in documentaries like The Gospel According to Billy reframes his legacy, not just as a musical genius, but as a man torn between faith and self-acceptance. Defying gender norms. Standing at 5'2", Wilmer Broadnax's towering voice made him a staple in 1940s gospel quartets like the Five Blind Boys of Mississippi. Born female in 1916, he transitioned in adulthood, living stealthily in an era when transgender identities were erased. A Life in Shadows. Broadnax's truth emerged only after his 1992 death, when a medical examiner noted his assigned female sex. His ability to thrive in the hypermasculine quartet world, a space built on patriarchal bravado, speaks to his unwavering self-knowledge. Legacy of resilience. Broadnax's story, unearthed by historian Lynn Abbott, challenges historical narratives about gender and gospel. He paved the way for modern transgender artists like Shay Diamond, proving that authenticity can resonate even in silence. Rise and disappearance. Jennifer Knapp's raw, folksy albums like Kansas, 1998, sold over 1 million copies. But in 2002, she vanished, fleeing to Australia amid internal turmoil over her sexuality. Returning authentically, Knapp re-emerged in 2010 with Letting Go, an album grappling with faith and identity. Tracks like Inside lamented, "I've got secrets even I can't tell." Legacy founding Inside Out. Faith. Knapp tours churches and pride festivals, urging Christians to embrace LGBTQ+ members. Faith isn't about having all the answers, she says, it's about asking the questions together. Early life. Raised in a strict pastor's home, Nicole Mullen's Redeemer, 2000, became a worship classic. Yet she privately wrestled with her attraction to women. Self-acceptance. After years of turmoil, Mullen came out quietly in the 2010s. "I'm finally free," she shared in interviews, though she avoids labels. Her recent work, like Freedom 2022, celebrates spiritual and personal liberation. Impact Mullen's journey reflects a growing trend of LGBTQ+ Christians reclaiming their faith without abandoning their truth. Church roots. Julian Baker's ethereal vocals were honed in Memphis church choirs, where she internalized hymns while grappling with her queerness. Lyric as prayer. Albums like Turn Out the Lights, 2017, wrestle with divine absence. Why do you tell me to call if you won't pick up the phone? Baker's collaboration with Phoebe Bridgers in Boy Genius bridges sacred and secular, resonating with queer listeners seeking spiritual solace. Legacy Baker proves that faith and queerness aren't mutually exclusive. They can coexist in raw, beautiful tension. Early life and rise to fame. Born in 1931 in Depression-era Chicago, James Cleveland's musical journey began in the pews of Pilgrim Baptist Church, where he absorbed the rich traditions of Black gospel. By his teens, he was already accompanying Mahalia Jackson, his raspy baritone voice hinting at the revolutionary artistry to come. Musical revolution. Cleveland's 1962 album Peace Be Still with the Angelic Choir of Nutley, New Jersey, became a crossover sensation, selling over 1 million copies. His fusion of traditional hymns with jazz and blues rhythms redefined gospel, earning him the title King of Gospel. He co-founded the Gospel Music Workshop of America in 1968, nurturing talents like Aretha Franklin and Albertina Walker. The hidden struggle. Despite his public persona, Cleveland lived a life of quiet contradiction. Close confidants, including gospel singer Charles Clancy, later revealed his same-sex relationships, a truth he guarded fiercely. His death in 1991 from AIDS-related complications sparked whispers but no public reckoning. Cleveland's story underscores the agonizing choice many LGBTQ+ individuals faced: suppress their truth or risk exile from the spiritual communities they loved. Legacy today. Cleveland's influence endures in the gospel choirs and artists he mentored. His life serves as a poignant reminder of the cost of silence and the resilience required to create joy for others while harboring private pain. Youth group hero. As frontman of Everyday Sunday, Trey Pearson's Wake Up, 2003 became a Christian rock staple. But behind the scenes, he prayed for healing from same-sex desires. Coming out in 2016, Pearson's heartfelt letter to fans declared, "I'm gay." The fallout was swift: canceled tours, lost friendships, and estrangement from his wife. Yet his solo album Love is Love 2018 found resonance, blending worship with queer pride. Advocacy now, a speaker for organizations like GLAAD, Pearson bridges evangelical and LGBTQ+ worlds. "God didn't mess up when he made me," he asserts.